What's up, guys? In today's video, I ain't doing none of that. Anyways, I'm on the Rift S, as you can see. That's it. I'm gonna be doing a review on it, second review, because my other one did so good and it still is doing very good. I'm gonna be reviewing this headset. I'm gonna do like when this headset came out, if it's good for the game, and like the physics checks, the specs of the headset, what kind of computer you're gonna need, and then my personal thoughts on it. Okay, so first of all, I want to say this headset is relatively old. It was released back in 2019, so it's roughly 7 years old, almost 8. So it's not the greatest of the headset anymore. It still performs because, I don't know, still works. And it's better than some headsets just because it's native to PCVR. Yeah, it's old. Now, this headset came out in 2019, like I just said. This is a PCVR native headset, so you need a PC for it to use it. It doesn't have like a standalone mode. You can't just put it on and it works. It has a wire, and you need to connect that to your computer. Now, the way you connect it to your computer is it comes with a USB 3 port. It's blue, the blue USB. And it comes with a display port, so it's the other thing that looks like HDMI, but it's not HDMI. So yeah, you plug one part in, you plug the USB into your motherboard, you plug the other part into your graphics card. Now, the reason why people still buy it used is because it's a cheap PCVR headset. If you want an excuse to be on Steam, then this is the headset for you. Now, typically, the price range for this headset is about 40 to like I bought mine for $85. Great price. If you can find one for like lower than that, that's an amazing deal. Snatch it if you can. I'm going to talk about the comfort and weight and like just how it feels. Okay, so basically this headset's really comfortable. As long as you adjust it to your personal fittings, it's really nice. It comes with a nice halo headband. So all of like the weight and stuff goes to like, I shouldn't say it goes around your whole head really nice, because the weight distribution is really, it was made well. Weight distribution, it like you can't really feel it on the front. It's not top heavy at all, it's not back heavy. It just, if you really don't think about it, it doesn't feel like you're even wearing a headset, in my opinion. It might not be like that for other users, but for me personally, that's how it is for me. But yeah, now the comfort, my opinion, like I just said, it feels like you're not even wearing a headset for me. Like I can just move around freely. I don't really notice it that much. Now the build quality, it's plastic, but it's fine because it's a VR headset. The controllers are made from plastic, so is the headset, and the headband is plastic, but like the inside cushioning of like the headband is some kind of like clothy material, like found on like the aftermarket Quest 2 or Quest 3 headbands. But yeah, it's still comfortable. Now the controllers on this headset, they're really light and they're really tiny. They're a lot smaller than the Quest 2s. Well, I shouldn't say a lot smaller, but they are noticeably smaller than the Quest 2s and Quest 3s. Now, the only downside about these controllers is they have a ring, which in my opinion isn't really a downside. It just means better tracking, which it is compared to a Quest 3. You can put your hands farther behind your back and stuff. I don't know. It tracks nicer than Quest 3 in my opinion. One thing I don't like about the controllers though is it's not like Quest 2 or Quest 3 where if you put them down and you want to put on the headset, you like take off your headset and you put down your controllers. You put back on your headset and you grab your controllers. They don't automatically turn on. You have to press the face buttons a couple of times for them to wake up. So that can be a problem for some people, but if you have patience, it's not bad at all. Now, the cable on this headset, it's good. It's a good cable. It's fiber optic. If you don't know what that means, I'll put it on screen right here. But yeah, as long as you take care of your cable, it'll last you for as long as you own the headset. Like, the cable doesn't just break. Even if you unplug it, plug it back in, unplug it, plug it back in, it won't break because it's made to do that. But yeah, that's the cable quality. I mean, if you bend it, nothing happens. I know people say like it's a Rift S check if you bend your cable. That doesn't do anything. Like, it literally doesn't do anything. Like on any other headset, it doesn't do anything either. The Wire, like I said, is USB-A 3.0 and DisplayPort like 1.4 or something. Now I'm going to talk about a little bit more about the display on this headset. It's because it's older, it's going to be worse than newer headsets, of course. This headset uses an LCD, a fast switch LCD panel. So the black qualities, it's nowhere near OLED quality. Like if you're looking at something that's like completely black, it's gonna be more of a gray color instead of just pitch black, like on the Quest 1 or the Rift CV1 or the Vive or the Vive Pro. So just be wary of that. Now it does utilize a resolution of 2560 by 1440. I want to say, yeah, 2560 by 1440 total resolution, and it's like 1200 by 1440 per eye. I want to say. If I didn't say that right, I don't know the exact resolution, I'll put it on screen here. Okay. But the total resolution is 2560 by 1440. The LCD panel runs at 80 hertz locked. You can't change it up. You can't set it to like 81. You can't set it to 90. You can't lower it to 72. You can lower it below 80, but it's not recommended just because it's not what the Rift S is supposed to run at. Like even when you have async on or spacebar and it drops you to 40, it's not supposed to run like that. So the quality like dips by like 70% because it's not supposed to run like that. It's supposed to run at 80. That's what it was designed to run at. Now, if you're comparing this headset to the original Rift, the quality on the screen looks 100% better than it was just because of the resolution bump. Like the old Rift was like 900p or something. I don't know. I'll make a review on that headset eventually, and I'll give you the specs when I make the review. But it's like bumped up by a lot. So when you're looking in the CV1, you can like see the screen door effect very clearly. This headset, you can still see it, but once you use it for a while, you literally, it just gets removed from your brain. And right now I'm looking that way into the distance. I don't notice it at all because this is my main headset and the resolution is high for how old it is. It's pretty high. So you'll get used to it. The resolution is fine. Just ignore it. The colors on this headset, like I said, like the blacks and stuff, they aren't black. Like the colors and stuff, they're whatever. Like the ground here looks more of like it like has less contrast and vibrance in it. Now this is supposed to be like brown, but this looks more like a gray brown. Just because, I don't know, the LCD panel doesn't do a very good job at that, of the vibrance and color saturation. So the colors are not amazing on this headset. Just be wary of that too if you're buying one of these. Now I also want to talk about the lenses on this headset. This headset uses Fresnel lenses, so they're like the same as the Quest 3S lenses or the Quest 2 lenses or the Quest 1's lenses, I want to say, but I don't think they're the same as the Quest 1 lenses, unless the one uses Fresnel lenses, but I don't know. They're the same lenses as the Vive Pro, I'll say. But for Oculus, of course. Now, the sweet spot in between the lenses, they're pretty good. Like, you can adjust the IPD and stuff, but like usually, even if your IPD is way off to what you're supposed to be looking at, you can still look. It looks fine because the sweet spot's big. Because the lenses aren't like, these lenses, they don't like curve around or anything. They're just flat. So no matter what way you look into them, it'll be clear. So if you don't know what God rays are, they're like lights from inside of like your headset, like the screen, like whatever your screen is displaying, it like kind of like shines back through the lenses so you can like see rays of the lights. That's why they call it God rays or something. They don't exist on this headset for whatever reason. Like if you use a Rift CV1 and then a Rift S, it's amazing because the CV1 has the God rays like a bunch. And then you put on the Rift S and they're just gone. So yeah. Now I want to talk a little bit about the tracking on this headset. I mentioned it a little bit before about the rings and stuff, but the tracking on this headset is pretty good for what it is. It's the first generation of Oculus's inside tracking. So it's like cameras on the outside, it looks around the room, not having to have outside in tracking base stations looking at you. Yeah, and it utilizes 5 sensors or cameras on the headset. One here, one here, one here, one here. So 2 on the side corners looking like that way. 2 looking forward that are also utilized for the pass-through on this headset. So if you ever enable pass-through, you'll be seeing out of, if you're looking out your right eye, you'll be looking out of this camera. If you're looking at your left eye, you'll be looking out of this camera on the front. They're in the same orientation as the Valve's pass-through cameras, in the same spots. Now this headset also has 1 additional camera on the top middle of the headset for some odd reason. I would assume it's for some, I don't know, something for the gyro inside of the headset. If you don't know what the gyro is, it's a chip inside of the headset that like calculates your movement and makes sure that your headset is like in the right orientation. Yeah, like I mentioned before, this headset doesn't require any external sensors. It all tracks from the headset itself and does a pretty good job at it. Since it tracks from itself, that means it's going to be a pretty easy setup, just like any other Quest. You don't have to wall mount base stations to your walls, drill holes into your walls. Just plug it in, download the software, boom, it works. Simple as that. Since it doesn't use external sensors or anything, you just plug it in, it works. It's very good for most games because you can just hop right in. Also, about the tracking, if you move your arms fast, it'll track just fine. Like if you flick hard, it'll track just fine. Like, it's good tracking, great first generation tracking. It's just if you move your head a little too fast, or you might whip your controller behind your back, it'll lose tracking. What I mean by it'll lose tracking, if you're whipping your head around or something, you'll get something that's called a black screen. Now, a black screen is the result of just you flicking your head like a maniac and your headset not being able to keep up with what you're doing, so it just throws you into a black grid, just like a gray screen. The software just freaks out and doesn't know what to do, doesn't want you to get disoriented, and it brings you somewhere that's safe. Something else that could happen. So if you're in game and you do a black screen, or you flick your head really fast, you could stay in game and you'll see yourself fly away from everything. It's disorienting. Now, you can also do this in pass-through, and if you're lucky and you do it the correct way, I shouldn't be saying if you're lucky because it hurts me, then it hurts my brain. It's weird. If you do it, the cameras will zoom out. Like, you'll be seeing the cameras. And I shouldn't say they really zoom out. They'll either zoom in to like something that's in your room, or the cameras, it'll look like they're floating away, and there'll just be black boxes around them. It'll just be like black, and then it'll just be like the camera boxes, and they'll just be like really zoomed out. It's trippy. So yeah, just something to be wary of. If you flick your head really fast, that happens. Like I said about the tracking with the controllers, if you were tracking behind your back, or you want to track behind your back, it's not going to track behind your back, just because it tracks from the headset, no sensors. So I think like the field of view of the cameras only go to about like here, I want to say. So anything beyond that, AI is guessing where your hands are, and since first generation AI kind of sucks. But yeah, put your hands behind your back. It'll somewhat track until it doesn't, and then your hands just do this to bring it back. So yeah, now I want to talk about the pass-through on this headset. The pass-through itself is fine, it works as it's supposed to, but since it's first generation and they cheaped out on the cameras, they use decently good cameras, good enough to where you can see your surroundings, but it's not good to just be in pass-through because everything's still pixelated. But yeah, the pass-through is pretty pixelated. It's black and white. It's just like the Quest 2's, but the quality is like lower because it's the first generation of Oculus Insight. So yeah, just don't be in pass-through. Don't be trying to do things in pass-through, because you can't do mixed reality games on the Rift S because it just doesn't support it. Now, Oculus made this really cool feature for the Rift S. I think it's on other headsets too. But if you double tap your Oculus button on your right controller, it'll bring you into pass-through mode, so you can like see if you're close to your wall or something, or Maybe your parents are in your room and you need to talk to them, or your dog's in the way, or your cat's by your feet, or you're going to hit something. For whatever reason, it's there. Now, I use this feature a lot, so in my opinion, it's a really nice feature to have. You can enable it. You have to enable it. It's not just on by default. You have to go into your Meta Horizon settings and turn it on.
Hey, editing Drake in here. I was gonna show you how to enable the double tap pass-through thing, but Meta Horizon is the buggiest software in the entire universe, and it doesn't let me turn on my headset. So I couldn't show you. But basically, I'm just gonna try to explain it to you real quick. You go, once you launch your Rift S, you go into the panel where your apps are, go to the settings icon, go to the experimental tab, and then click the thing that relates to pass-through, and then just enable it. And it should be enabled, and you can just double click your Oculus button and it'll work. Now, back to the video.
Now, I'm going to get into the audio really fast, just so you guys know what you can expect. Now, the Rift S audio is the worst part about this headset. The headphones, they're not even headphones, they're built-in speakers into like I don't know, what do you call this, like thing, the strap. But yeah, they're just really tiny. They have no bass to them. They're really quiet. They suck, basically. I'd advise you to use Bluetooth headphones or earbuds like I do, or utilize the 3.5mm jack for wired headphones, because these headphones are worse than anything out there. So yeah, now the microphone. The microphone on this headset is terrible. As you can tell, I'm using the Rift S microphone right now. It's maybe better than the original Vive, but I doubt it. Also, if you have a terrible cable and you just don't take care of your cable, or maybe you have your USB cable, the USB part that goes into your computer like halfway plugged in, you'll get this thing called robot mic. Now all it is your pixels getting scrambled up and not enough data being transferred from your headset to your computer at the same time, so it like lowers the quality of the bit rate and a bunch of stuff, and it makes your microphone sound like a robot. You sound like Optimus Prime in a blender. That's what you sound like. Now I can't do it, can't show you guys what it sounds like because I have a nice cable, but I will play audio of what it does sound like.
And then he gets clowned for his speed. It's amazing.
Where the goofy monkeys at?
Alright, so how's your headset doing right now? Mine's doing terrible.
Okay, last couple things I want to mention. It is one of the best, I shouldn't say one of the best, but one of the most comfortable PC VR headsets that you can get right now. Just because it utilizes the Halo strap and it just distributes weight beautifully. It's easy to wear for hours because it just doesn't feel like you're wearing a headset. Like, it's really nice. Now, also, this headset is glasses friendly, so if you do wear glasses, don't you worry. It has a button on the bottom to adjust how far away the headset is from your eyes. Something I want to talk about pretty quickly too is the kind of computer you need to run this headset. This headset is not very demanding, like, at all. It's lower resolution. Most computers can run it. I have a friend who has a GTX 960, which is like a 11-year-old graphics card, and it runs it just fine. So I would say anything GTX 1050, 2GB and up. Like, it's not that hard to run. And if you have an older CPU, just close everything in the background and only have the stuff you need open for the headset open. Now, software-wise, the softwares you need for this headset to run, you of course need Meta Horizon, which I'll put in the description if you need to download it. It's the stupid software that you need. I really wish Oculus made it better because, first of all, it hasn't been updated in like years, and the updates usually suck. They don't do anything to benefit the user. So yeah, the Meta Horizon software, need that. And if you play Steam VR games, you can have Steam VR open in Steam, and then ALVR if you want, or any other third-party apps that support the Rift S. I don't know all of them, all the apps that support the Rift S, but if you have some that you know support the Rift S, you can have those open. You need Meta Horizon open. That's it. You just need that open. That's what runs the headset itself. So you can't just have Steam VR open. You have to have Meta Horizon open. with Steam VR. So also on this headset, I forgot to mention this. The wire is 5 meters long, which is roughly 16 and a half feet. So you'll have a great experience with it because the cable doesn't get in your way that much. Just have it run down the middle of your back instead of like having it in front of you. It'll get annoying. Now, from me personally using this headset for roughly half a year now, and my experience with it is fantastic. I haven't had many problems with it besides the weird glitch that happens and you'll just lose tracking. And like if you go into passive, you just see static. Now, the only way to fix that, in my experience, is just to unplug your USB and plug it back in. And that usually fixes it. But yeah, that's like the only problem I've ever had with it. I'm lagging. Like really laggy. Would I recommend this headset? I would definitely recommend this headset to you if you have $80 or more. And you just need a cheap PC VR headset or an excuse to be on Steam VR. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. Gorillette CGT is banning this headset next season. Now, when is next season? I don't know because I quit CGT. It's just, I'm telling you this right now because just as a heads up, because many people bought this as a Steam excuse for CGT. This headset was a great purchase in my opinion overall. It did me well. The comfort is amazing. Speaker quality, horrible. Mic quality, horrible. But that's good bang for your buck. I don't say that a lot. Sorry. It's probably cringe. But yeah. Now I'm going to move on to a couple things that I think you should know if you're buying one of these. I'm going to get this down relatively quickly because these aren't like hot topic things. These are just things that I think you should know about if you're buying a Rift S. Now, the tracking is good, like I said, but if you swing your head too fast or a little too hard, you're going to lose tracking because this cameras are first generation. They don't know exactly where you are at all times. That's why there's so many of them. Now, I'm going to give you an example of what the black screen is because I said I would, and it's weird. So yeah, that'll happen. You'll get float a little bit, you'll PSA a little bit, play space abuse. That's what PSA stands for. Or you'll just not move at all. And your head will just get tilted to the side. Like that. Also, if you do it correctly, you can fart fling on this headset. Or just play space abuse. Like that. Oh god, I'm going far. You'll come back, or sometimes you don't come back and you have to reset your boundary, which is the worst possible thing that can happen because you'll be in a game, you try to use that as an advantage, and boom, lose tracking, and you have to reset your boundary. So yeah, that is something to be worried about, and yeah. Now also, something else I wanted to talk about was the tracking. The controllers, I should say. Now, the controller tracking is fine and all, but if you flick your hand a little too fast, the controller will disconnect, just like that. And if you do it a lot, your controller will just end up becoming fried, and it'll do that even if you're not trying that hard. So don't be trying to DC these controllers at all times because then you'll have to buy a new set of them. $50 down the drain. Something else I wanted to say about this headset is if anyone asks you to do a ROM check on this headset, you cannot do it. And tell them that you cannot do it because the Rift S, the Rift CB1, any Meta Horizon Linked headset, Quest I should say, does not pass it because Meta Horizon sucks. And the physics are different from other headsets. If you try it, sometimes you'll pass it. Most of the time, if you try it, you'll slide forward. Someone like that. But yeah, the physics on this headset are really slippery in most things just because of Meta Horizon. And Meta Horizon sucks. And yeah, frick you, Meta Horizon. One last thing I wanted to mention about this headset is the, I don't know, it's again with the physics. It's just something I'd recommend if you do, and if you're like first getting on Rift S, is to adjust it correctly, obviously. Like get it set to your IPD, make it comfortable. Don't throw your controller like I did, and do this when you're running. So it's only something Rift S can do. CB1 can't do it. Quest can't do it. Valve can't do it. Vive can't do it. Pico can't do it. I think Pico can actually do it. It's shaking your head. Shaking your head when you run or while climbing. I don't know what it is about the Rift, but in my personal experience, if I shake my head, even just a little bit, I get more grip when I'm on the floor or on the walls. So, yeah, just do that if you want to. You don't have to do it. Don't follow my advice if you don't want to. It's just something I'd recommend because I don't know, something I do personally. Yeah. Okay,
guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. That was my Rift Dash review. That's my second one, actually. Hopefully this one does good. My other one did pretty well. It gets like 20 views a day, so I'm hoping this one does the same. But I hope I help some of you guys decide whether or not to buy the Rift Dust. And yeah, if there's anything I missed, please tell me in the comments. Maybe, I don't know, just DM me. My Discord's usually inside of my videos. But yeah, I also want to announce this too real quick. At 100 subs, I'm gonna be doing a face reveal, so give me 200. And yeah, bye guys.